Okay. How old are you?
I am 55 years old.
55?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you, and what brings you to 16th Street Mall today?
Well, I heard about this, telling you a story how I got homeless.
Okay, so you're homeless?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting housing in the next month. It's
Yeah.
called a Housing First program by a coalition of the homeless. So they got a little bit of money to get you, started with your own apartment and everything. So that's what I'm working on right now, basically.
So how long you lived here in Denver?
I was born in another country because I was adopted, but I was raised here in Denver. I've been here about basically all my life. I got here in 1968,
Where were you born?
Vietnam, Saigon.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you end up in Denver then?
This family adopted me from the mission, and back then during the conflict, and then she used to take care of a lot of kids back then and stuff. So I got chosen as one of the ones that
Okay.
go
Okay.
through it, yeah.
So did you go to high school here?
I went to George Washington High School.
Okay.
Okay, but before then I went to Whiteman. I went to University Park. I went during the segregation period.
What was that like?
It was okay. I mean, the kids in the hood going to another school out there, and it was real cool.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was pretty nice.
And basically, you mean they were busing you in?
They were busing you into integrating, and it wasn't bad. University Park, Montclair, all up in there,
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Okay.
So I didn't have a real bad life. I mean, my dad, he was prior military. My mom, was in the church all the time. So I grew up in Stuart Shepherd Park Hill. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like out on the street. Wasn't poor.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened? My mom got sick, and then I'm a veteran too. So after I got out of the military, I started taking care of her. Okay. Then my family, like same thing with my friend. They started acting kind of shady. You can't do two jobs at once or whatever. And so me and my mom ended up in probate court, right? So they started saying all these things and wiped all the money out and kicked me out of the house. And then the Veterans Administration, and I had to wait for that because I have a lot of things that happened during that time. I got out in '91 after first part of Desert Storm, so I still working on that shit. But left me homeless in the hood. Yeah, took all my money.
Let's go back. So So you were a veteran. So you served in the first Desert Storm.
For 4-year Army and 3 years Navy.
Oh, Navy as well.
Yeah, Navy as well.
Did you prefer one or the other?
The Army, I didn't mind the roughing and stuff because, I was with an engineering battalion, 244th Engineer, Corps Engineer, 62 Bravo. And then I was on the USS Detroit Combat Ammunition Oil Attack 4 Information Tech Special Operations. So I got a little up here and stuff.
They're pretty skilled. I mean,
I got a couple of skills and stuff.
Yeah.
But I also have a record too, and I got quite a bit of trouble too.
Can you say what happened? Like, what's your record for?
Oh, I had some.
You got a couple of things.
I got a couple of things, man. I don't know. It's enough. Yeah.
Okay. For instance, what's the most serious thing you've done?
Most serious I've done?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't have to, but.
The most serious, I think, assault with a deadly weapon, fights, forgery, bank robbery, theft, all kind of shit like that. Drug possession.
Okay, I got you. So pretty much a little everything you're saying.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not no saint like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not judging you,
but yeah, I've done some things that really costed me a lot of.
So you've been in prison then?
No, I did. I've been in federal prison.
How many years?
I only got to 2 years, so that was pretty
Only
good.
2 years?
Yeah, that was good. That's because of a military record, so
what were you supposed to get?
10.
Well, that's not a bad discount, I guess, right?
You know what I'm
80%
saying?
off?
Yeah, they cut
Well,
that
6
off.
years of your service, so you were discharged honorably both times?
Yeah,
or-
I got an honorable.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
good to know.
I would have stayed in that first part of Desert Star, stayed in, but
Yeah.
I got married, and I got 3 kids. One got killed last year, so I had to deal with that
Sorry.
in Columbus, Ohio. Up
Sorry
in the
about
hood.
that, yeah.
It's really bad out there. You talk about homeless stuff, but it ain't. It's nothing. This is like sort of smooth. It's really dangerous. It's really dangerous out there. You know what I'm saying? Every other house is boarded up, and then everybody it's just.
So how do you survive?
How do I survive?
Yeah.
I just use my skills.
So how do you get income?
How do I get it? Sometimes I work and.
So this is a consulting gig right here, right?
Well,
this
this one,
1 hour consulting engagement.
Yeah,
But
and I pick little bitty jobs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I work for temporary service. My children still help me. And
Okay.
I get some money from the Veterans Administration, but not all of it.
So where did you sleep last night?
Where did I sleep last night?
Yeah.
Over a girlfriend's house.
Oh, so that's not so bad.
That's not so bad.
But is that like the
It
next
ain't like- it ain't
year or
like
two?
no-
Is that long term? I guess. But
No.
like, okay, so if you didn't have a place to stay, where would you go? Would you know where to go?
I would. I don't like staying in missions and stuff. Because it's just too many guys there. I'm sorry. That's like being in prison. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't. So I would either have a tent or a sleeping bag, and I find somewhere that if I 'cause I really don't like imposing on her either. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then, I guess in a week, how many nights will you stay on the street or have to find a shelter? I guess. Many nights.
Many nights.
Many nights. I
out
see.
here.
Not
Many
that
nights.
lucky.
Even the winter time.
Yeah. I see.
Yes, sir.
Where? So, what's so as a citizen of Denver? So I've been here about 20 years. To be honest, only the last week I've been trying to understand homeless people's situation, what their struggles are. So, are we doing enough, or we could obviously do more, I guess. But like,
There's
what's
only so
fair?
much. There's only so much you can do.
Please tell me about that,
Okay,
because I want to
okay.
give everything. But like, what
the
is so
truth
much
is
we
that
can do?
Some like to be homeless.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a recidivism of being homeless. So they not. Some individuals, if you get them a place to stay or whatever, they're not. How you say it? They're not. They just don't like to be inside.
Yes,
inside
yeah.
apartments or anything.
Sure.
They're so used to being outside, so they're not like homesteaded to be inside the houses. And so there's a reason why some wants to be versus some that wants to be inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some wants to be out here.
Yeah.
It ain't just the homeless is because all of us are just homeless for certain situations. Some chooses to be and turns down certain things and chooses to be out here.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about that too.
That's good. What else should we know? I could ask more questions, but anything else?
Nope, that's it.
That's all you're willing to offer? You got a lot to tell, I know.
Yes.
But thank you for sharing your
Yeah,
thoughts,
I'll be back
particularly.
around if y'all be back around.
Well, I mean, we might be here a few more days. Always welcome to stop in, but let me check. Do we have any questions from audience? Or do you have any questions, Adam?
Yeah.
When did you first start getting into trouble? Trouble with the law? Trouble with other kids?
I started directly after I got out of the service.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
They should have kept you in there.
I should have kept me in there.
Yeah.
I started getting in trouble, and then when situation happened with my mom and everything, and then my family, then you just didn't know which way to go, and stuff, and they get blamed for things, and they just for taking money, it's all over money, and leave you homeless in the hood, so that's what happened to me. So I started getting in trouble, then I started using the drugs and stuff, started drinking, ain't no lie, and start trying to fit in with the thing, and then I started going on the downhill, then, so, luckily I'm still at 55, I'm still.
Well, you look good.
Thank you. Well, I think,
We got a girlfriend.
I'm trying to clean up a little bit, whatever,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, anyway.
On that note, so you started getting in trouble when you got out of the service. Was it stuff that you went through, or were you just bored? Like what triggered you?
What triggered it was like I got bored. Really, I got bored. Then the situation with my family. Then me personally, I couldn't believe like how everybody's here, and then you wouldn't believe that your family, oh, I'm all cool, and your aunt, it's all you know, you with your aunt, you know, everybody's all cool with you when you're little, and then you didn't know that your mom and your aunt was enemies. So then you didn't know that, you know, you never know that through your childhood. Then when later on, you don't know that you would never think that yourself, you know, that would end up out here. Cause I didn't know nothing about being homeless until that situation actually happened. Then started getting in trouble and the drugs and everything, and then drinking and hanging out, you know, and everything. So it cut, you know, all my percentage down quite a bit, you know.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting to be an old man. You know, you can't take back nothing, you know. You just have to pay the house back, you know, or anything that you do, and you know, just have to pay whatever you do wrong. You got to pay for it, pay it back, and then just got to move on and try to still hope for the better, you know. And that's the difference between wanting to be out here. I don't, but you know, so that's why I decided I was starting to be lazy braining and say, yeah, okay, it's cool and everything, but then again, then that chill started getting in there. Then it's like, you know, it's like I'm getting older. Then ain't nobody gonna care about you. Some things you gotta do for yourself. And they just each individual like here to help. You can't just be here for us, help all the time. You do gotta help yourself, and then you gotta bring that spirit back into you. You know, so it takes a lot of that also. You know what I'm saying? Within each individual. And so I had to work on it myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have to do.
And this is gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've had to do being on the street? How long you've been here, and what was the worst thing you've had to do?
Had to hurt somebody to defend myself. I think that was about the worst thing I'd done. It wasn't selling the drugs or doing all that, but it was like I really don't like hurting people like that. But then when people do come up to you for sometimes no reason at all, they may not like how you look or whatever, you know, you out in the hood, out in the street, they might not say something, and then and they want to treat you like, you know, I ain't gonna say, but they want, you know, like you, so you have to do some things.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.